So hi everybody, welcome back. This is the presentation of a body that I made in my spare time. Currently I don't have any model in progress, so I just made a fantasy Porsche. It was the Porsche Tropical. And then I decided to take it back, a body that I saved from the modification I made when I built up the 934 RSR from Tamiya. As you remember, I made a display model that for me is one of my best ever, that recently won also very very good Porsche special prize, in a competition in Italy. And I used the interior parts coming from the kit from Revel of the 934, and I used that to make a full detailed version of the 934, but using the external body and the wheels and other details. No, the wheels are 3D made, sorry, but it was anyway the body from Tamiya, so I cut it completely the Tamiya body. In my opinion, Tamiya body is even nicer than the already quite well done Revel part, so I wanted to do this mix in this way. That also because I had another spare body from Tamiya at the time, because I used the inner part of that kit to finish one of my 3.0 RSR, the first conversion. We are talking of model that I made nearly 10 years ago. So I had this spare body from Revel laying around, so I didn't really want to build up another Jägermeister 934, because it was only the first kit available, that it was just the Jägermeister. I didn't have the Valiant version that both Tamiya and Revel did, and also now they also made the Martini one. The Martini I took it because I like it, and there is a nice modification that I can do using a 934 body, making the dark Martini, the Martini black, nice one. There is a German series, that is the classic endurance racing that race mostly around Europe, and nearly all the pilots are German, so that's why I think it's a German series, and they basically used, I think is probably a replica car, a 934 car, Porsche, so turbo, and they made a livery by themselves. It is not a fantasy livery, this is a real car, and they renamed the car like 934/5 that never existed in the 70s, where the real 934 was racing. It was extremely aggressive because they feature some very very nice BBS rims that they made it here. Those are the rims coming from, I think it was Renaissance, you see. It was that nice sprocket wheels, so aggressive, so it's a typical German look sprocket wheel for the Porsche 911s, And I had these wheels, the wheels is critical because it's not so easy to find this sprocket around, It's similar to what you can find in the Tamiya Porsche GT1, but this is even bigger, so it's another dimension, and I was just lucky to find a Renaissance racing conversion wheels for this, plus Tamiya tires. I had the Tamiya tires that I sent, because I always like to, wheels, as you know me, I like it so much to give it a special look. They have to look really really realistic, as at my best, and then I had to modify the body of this car. This was a slightly different version for the ordinary 934. As you know, the 934 have very very different rear wings than they have here. What it is, a rear wing coming from the 935 version of the Porsche, and they adapted the wing from the 935 over the 934, so it's a very very nice mix that didn't exist in the 70s. So this is something that races now. This is a model car, despite the look is indeed a classic 911, So I took basically the Revel body. Wow, didn't we destroy everything? No, lucky guy. Okay, you have the live crash, silence, drama, dramatic music. Dun, 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 dun. Everything seems fine. Yeah, everything is fine. Il bello della diretta. What was I saying? So I basically used the Revel body and engraved the lines that are just present like decals on the original Revel body, and I engraved all the lines that you can find on the model, so the side line, the under door, the door themselves, the water lines over the roof, and the front lines in the front bumper, you know. The Rebel provide two different front bumper for the racing version, and they have or the closed air intakes there or the open air intakes, you know, so you can choose between them. For this model, as I say, they use the Tamiya body, so this was completely saved and with both the front bumper, you know. I had the original idea to modify to make the rally version that was similar to the SE but smaller, so we will see about that. I still have the part, you know, something that absolutely also you can easily do with the part provided by Rebel. And then the main modification was indeed the real wing, because it was not exactly the one coming from the 935. I had to use one of my resin rear wings coming from the 3.0 RSR in resin I made 10 years ago, and then I reapplied the parts coming from the 935, so this is basically a kind of Frankenstein conversion, you know. And then I had also to adapt everything to the engine bay cut that you have in the Rebel model, so it's not so easy modification, you know. So this is something that probably you have less issues if you take I think it is the Regi making the racing copy for this complete wing, if you want to build up this version. It was very nice also to see the livery of this car, because it was in a iconic Gulf livery, and I had to make the decal together with my guy Andrew, the guy that is designing the decal for me, to have the Gulf livery made this way. And basically there was no issues, you know, with that. The team racing with this Porsche Scuderia M66, they have that special logo in front of everything, you see that there. And Andrew is very skilled in make this kind of design, and at the end all the model have been glossed with the GX100, you know, by Gunze. And currently I don't have the parts to finish the model, because this was, as I said, just a scrapped body, single body that I had here from a Revel kit, and I don't have all the lower part. I have the wheel, so I want to check it, or if I find another scrapped 934, or if I can use something just to make a inner chassis, you know. The car don't have any opening, so you don't need to have the exact part for Revel, you know. And I would like to see if I can use some I have, I think, nearly 200 kits for the 911, even in the pre-bumper G version, the racing kit that I made for my RWB, that is, in my opinion, the nicest around, you know. And so I want to see how to finish it. For sure I will add all the small debris that I still need to add to this body, so the handles, the door handles, the mirrors, the front light, the rear light, so there is still something to do, you know. I have to fulfill these days before I leave Sweden, so I would like to go on with this body build in the next few days, and to keep it completed. Meanwhile, I wait to find a proper inner chassis to complete the model. As I said, when I have an inner chassis, I don't have anything. I mean, I have 911s, you see I have up there the Fujimi kit, plus the Tamiya kit, plus another Fujimi kit, but they are all complete models, so I don't want to scrap them for this one. I have to find something different. There is the project in progress, you see, my little showcase. And so that's it. I want to see how's going on with this one. For now, I'm very satisfied, because as you see, the GX100 is extremely good like gloss. As you can see, the car is perfectly glossy and also quite resistant, you know, give you a kind of protection like the 2K. My problem with the 2K is that, in my opinion, it became too thick every time. Instead, this one is you know, just one layer of polishing. If I want to polish even more, I can do it. I know that the real car is of wrap, so I don't know if it is worth it to go even more. I think I can leave it this way. I can leave with it absolutely good, and the overall look is absolutely taken, because the iconic livery of the real Gulf car is absolutely taken in this 934/5. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next.